Hey guys, good morning. It is a Wednesday morning, drinking a cup of coffee in my office. Wish you could catch that aroma right through your phone. Wouldn't that be cool if we could do that? Hey, I work really hard for this, grinding those beans, getting the water to the perfect temperature, pressing it through an AeroPress so I can have this perfect cup of coffee every morning. I work at it, I search for it. This last week, we started a brand new series called Relationship Restart. Something that we're going to have to work at in life is relationships. And there's a book in the scriptures called Proverbs where we can gain insight on marriage, dating, and every relationship in between. Because what we know and what we heard last week is that if we're going to start and restart in any relationship, we need to start with the proper ingredients, the right ingredients in the best place. So I want to give you something. You're going to have to write it down, put it on your bathroom mirror, on your dashboard in your car. The best place to start in relationships is this, with God. It's super profound. I mean, it's deep. I studied a long time for that. But how hard is that? How hard is that? It's hard for me. It's got to be hard for you too. So these videos, what they're intended to be, are tools of encouragement to help you stay on track, to build that relationship in your life that needs work, that's not maintenance free or turnkey. It's going to require some insight and some knowledge and some discernment to build that relationship. That's what these are about. It's about marriages and dating, parenting, co-working, leading, influencing people. It's like grandpas to grandsons, moms to daughters, bosses to employees, husbands to wives. And we owe it to ourselves to dig in, but we also owe it to our neighborhood and our workplaces to be the best that we can possibly be at building relationships, because really that is the goal of the gospel, is building relationships through the love of Christ. So day 3 of 31. Chapter a day, and it's Wednesday, but I want to dig into chapter 2 today. Chapter 2, verse 2. Solomon says, tune your ears to wisdom and concentrate on understanding. My grandpa in the 1980s had this amazing radio, radio. It was the coolest radio. It was awesome. It was huge, and it would sit on his kitchen table, and it had dials, massive dials, and an antenna that went up the side, and numbers all over it, and frequencies. And he would say, this is an FM world band radio. And he said, I can actually listen to what the Russians are saying about President Reagan. So don't you dare think that I can't listen to what you're saying about your dear old grandpa when you guys are fishing at the river today. My grandpa said, tune in. He would tune in to this radio every day. And I remember in the summer, he'd tune in and go, Papa, why are you tuning into that? And he'd say, because we're going to go camping and fishing in the Black Hills of South Dakota. And I need to know what the weather's going to be like, the roads are going to be like, where we need to go, so that you guys can camp and fish and rock climb and build fires at night and have s'mores and just hang out together. Because here's what my grandpa knew. He knew that building a relationship with his grandsons was going to be a great treasure to him, but it was going to be a great treasure to us too. And he was going to have to work at it. He's going to have to plan. He's going to have to set it in motion before it would ever happen. And Solomon says, I have an app for that. I have a manual for living. It's called the Book of Proverbs. And it's because he made all these mistakes. And he said, let me write some of these down. He says, tune in, gain wisdom so that you can make godlike decisions when you need them most. In fact, Lamentations 3, I used this on Sunday, that great is the faithfulness of God because his mercies are new absolutely every morning. His mercies are new today. So take them for today, because those same mercies may not be your same mercies tomorrow. It's going to take effort, and you're going to have to search. Like I built this cup of coffee, created it this morning, searched after it, worked for it. You're going to have to look for it like you would look for a treasure that was lost, because it's going to be worth it. Wisdom, godly wisdom, doesn't come easy. It's something we have to work for. It's not maintenance free or turnkey. We have to actually spend time digging in and finding out what that looks like. So in closing, I want to give you these two passages. Stay on the paths of the righteous, for the godly will live in the land, and integrity will allow him to remain in it. Proverbs 2:20, verses 20 and 21. And that was a little paraphrased, but I give you that today as an encouragement to stay on track. Dig in. May you start with God today. Come back on Sunday, Relationship Restart, week 2. Pastor John will be giving the message. Have a great week.